There's a bit of uncertainty, I think, about how both teams were going to turn up. So a bit lacklustre last week, and they were dominated by their opposition. And Manly, I think, were very similar to how they played Penrith, just really didn't win many battles at all. And their attention to detail was quite poor. Some of their important kicks, there was a couple of errors coming out of trouble. Morgan Harper dropped a crucial one. The time they got back into the game, there was a period there where the Roosters gave them 6 penalties in about 11 minutes. Maybe one of them should have been sin bin at some stage as well during that period. But in that time, they just did very little, Manly. There was, I don't know. They just couldn't get Turbo into good positions, and there was just not much strike on the other sides of the field. So, yeah, it'd be hard to work out where they're going wrong at the moment other than gathering effort areas.
Well, they weren't in the contest in the first half, and then it absolutely bucketed down at half-time. And they come out and they played their best football in the wet. They started winning the field position battle, and they started playing a little bit of football. But, yeah, they were totally outplayed in that first half.
Their right edge defence, twice a back rower went through and did not get a hand on him. Satili Tupanua in the first half, and then Nat Butcher in the second half. And I've got to say, that edge, that's Daly Cherry Evans. The halfback has to own that edge. We talk about organising in attack, but defensively, the half has to organise their edge. That edge was all over the shop, and they're just not building the game early. Both games haven't really got on the pace the first 10, 15 minutes and set the game up. They're a long way off the pace at the moment, but defensively they were really poor.
Have opposition teams found the sort of key to limiting Tom Trbojevic now?
It's the halves. The halves have got to bring him into play.
A lot goes into that.
They need more out of dummy half from the dummy half to help their middles go forward. Look, they're on the back foot, so they haven't been getting any field position. I think it's unfair that they've been targeting Tom about his form, because he relies most of the time on other players, the dummy half, their forwards, to get forward, but also how are the halves bringing Tom into play? There's times when he's just like under eights where he gets the ball and kills them, but he needs better, the players around him to bring him into the game.
I think a bit like Teddy. They both got themselves into the game where they just step up to first receiver and run. Because they're so dangerous and hard to tackle and they get quick play the balls, they're both aware that that's really good for their team. So I think, when you look at their stats, you'll go, well, you know what? They worked. They did what they could. But at the moment, I think Teddy as well. Teddy's not, in the last 2 games, come up with, sweeping plays where he's found cutouts like other players have at the moment. So they're just not getting the joy that they've had in the past, but they're both working hard, so that's the key, and it will come.
Manly are not getting beaten because Tom Trbojevic is playing bad. Tom can only do so much, and he's working effort on effort at the moment, but Manly's middle need to start owning the field position battle and owning that battle through the middle, and then Tom will start coming into his own and repaying his team.